fam? It's your brother Cool. Alright. Today's video, we're gonna be stressing and going in on word building. Alright, word building. As I heard from the Prophet say, Prophet Ali said, if you can't convince your brother or sister that they're not Negro, black, and colored, you need not go any further in the conversation of letting them know who they are. So what that tells me is, if we can't even get past the fact of understanding what these, well, to me, they're elementary words now, but you know, for those coming into the information, what do these words mean? What do they mean when I use them, right? So let's go. Let's go. We're going to pull up a Black's Law free online dictionary. I always like to pull up my Black's Law. Oh, they got a tab edition. Alright, let's try that one. Oh. Let's see what they got here. Let's see what they got here. Yeah, my computer's just taking her time. God bless her soul. Let's see here. Drum roll. All right. So first word of our word building session, in the color. People of color, persons of color. Persons of color. Alright? By common usage in America, this term in such phrases as colored persons, the colored race, colored men, and the like, is used to designate Negroes or persons of the African race, including all persons of mixed blood descended from Negro ancestors. Now you know what colored means, right? Right? Okay. Colored. Alright. I said Negroes or right? Negroes or persons of an African race. So let's see here. What's a Negro? What is a Negro? And I already know some of these terms. I'm going to have to find other formats. Let's go right here. Go to Google. Look up the term Negro. Negro. What is a Negro? A Negro. Oh, let's hear it say it.
Negro.
Negro. A member of a dark-skinned group of peoples originally native to Africa south of the Sahara. So a Negro is a member of a dark-skinned group of peoples originally native to Africa south of the Sahara. 1. Relating to black people. Negro. Mid-16th century. I want y'all to see this, yo. Mid-16th century via Spanish and Portuguese, from Latin nigger, black. Let's go in. Let's go in. What is black? Of the very darkest color, owing to the absence of or complete absorption of light, the opposite of white. 2, and this is in the adjective. Okay, we're going to say adjective. That means it's describing something. Okay. Black. Number 2, of any human group having dark colored skin, especially of African or Australian Aboriginal ancestry. So black being an adjective of any human group having dark colored skin. That's an adjective form, right? Let's look at what black is as a noun. Black as a noun. Black color or pigment. Number 2, a member of a dark-skinned people, especially one of African or Australian Aboriginal ancestry. You're gonna look up words today. You're gonna look up some words today. African. A person from Africa, especially a black person, relating to Africa or people of African descent. So, noun, African, plural, Africans. So if we're talking about Africans, let's find out what Africa is. What is Africa? What is Africa? Africa is the world's second largest and second most populous continent, at about 30.3 million. Including adjacent islands, it covers 6% of Earth's total surface area and 20.4% of its total land area. Population of Africa, 1.216 billion. Languages, 1,250 to 3,000 native languages. So, Africans are from Africa. And right under Africa, you see it is a continent. Okay? A continent. Now, look up what a person is. A human being regarded as an individual. Synonyms: human being, individual, man, woman, child, human being, living soul, mortal, creature, more. Personage, character, customer, informal type, sort, cookie. Body, dog, archaic wit. So let's look over individual, right? A human being regarded as an individual. An individual is single and separate in the adjective sense. Of or for a particular person. Noun, a single human being as distinct from a group, class, or family. Right? So Let's look up human. Definition of human. What is a human? Now, a human being, especially a person as distinguished from an animal, or in science fiction, an alien. Synonyms: person, human being, personage, mortal. What's personage? Personage. A person, often used to express their significance, importance, or elevated status. Elevated. It was no less a personage than the bishop. Synonyms: VIP, luminary, celebrity, personality, name, household name, star, leading light, dignitary, notable, notability, worthy. Alright? Now you would think, right? Now hold on. Let me show y'all what happens when you say person, right? Legal definition. Because a person is a human being, right? Because if I'm talking to another person, then obviously, yeah, I'm talking to another human being. Right? I'm talking to another human being. Let's see. We gonna see. We are going to see. Person. This is the dictionary by Farlex, alright? Person. In general usage, a human being. By statute, however. I wish I could make this bigger. I can't make this no bigger, family. I'm just gonna have to bear. Alright. Let me see something. There we go. All right. Man. All right, family. Person. In general usage, a human being. By statute, however, the term can include firms, labor organizations, partnerships, associations, corporations, legal representatives, trustees, bankruptcies, or receivers. Before we go any further, what is a statute? What is a statute? Before we go any further. Because we ain't gonna get nowhere if we don't know what these words mean. You know what I'm saying? So, that being said, let's read on for a statute. Let's get busy. We getting busy here. This is word building. Alright? This is going to help you remember. You should write this down. Okay? Statute. An act. An act. A legislature that declares, prescribes, or commands something. A specific law expressed in writing. A statute, a written law by a legislature on state or federal level. Statute set forth general propositions of law that courts apply to specific situations. A statute may forbid a certain act, direct a certain act, make a declaration, or set forth governmental mechanisms to aid society. What is an act? The last time I see the term act, I'm thinking about acting, like an actor, being something that you're really not. What is an act? Something done intentionally or voluntarily, or The term encompasses not only physical acts, such as turning on the water or pressing a gun, but also refers to more intangible acts, such as adopting a decree, edict, law, judgment, award, or determination. An act may be a private act. I repeat, an act may be a private act done by an individual managing his or her personal affairs, or it may be a public act done by an official, a council, or a court when a bill is favorably acted upon. In the process of legislation, it becomes an act. So an act, what they're saying, is really a bill. All right. Last time I checked, whenever someone gets a bill, that means money's owed, right? Right? So you get the gist of it. A statute is an act. An act is a bill. And a bill, what is a bill? A bill is a declaration of right. A document listing separate items, an itemized account of charges or costs. In equity practice, the first pleading in the action, the paper in which the plaintiff sets his or her case and demands relief from the defendant. A bill. Many states require that laws must be passed by their state legislature in form of a bill. For example, the Texas Constitution requires that no law shall pass except by bill, and no bill shall be suspended in its passage through either house as the violent change its original purpose. Likewise, the California Constitution may not make any law except by may not make any statute except by a bill. In some instances, however, a joint resolution that is enacted in the same manner as a bill may have the same force of law as a statute enacted through the passage of a bill. A bill of indictment is a formal written document accusing someone of having committed a crime. It is presented to a grand jury for its consideration and decision whether to act. A bill of rights is a formal declaration that the people have certain rights and liberties. Rights are often asserted when there is a change in government. Rights are often asserted when there is a change in government. And a Bill of Rights has been included in the federal and many state constitutions in the United States. Statute is an act. Act is a bill. And a bill. A bill is a declaration in writing. So essentially, when we're filing and we're proclaiming our nationalities and putting it on the public records, what that affidavit really is a bill. Check that out. It's a bill. You're putting a bill on the record. Yeah. You're putting a bill on the record. That's pretty cool. So let's go back to where we was initially at. We were at a person. Okay, we're gonna go down here. Okay, a person. A person is a firm. In general usage now, it's a human being, but when it comes to statute, right? When it comes to passing bills and acts and laws, quote unquote, the term may include firms, labor organizations, partnerships, associations, corporations, legal representatives, trustees in bankruptcy, or receivers. Now, a corporation is a person for purposes of the constitutional guarantees of equal protection of laws and due process of law. Because a person has nothing to do with nationality, right? A person has nothing to do with human being. We're talking about statute now, not law. We're talking about acts that were bills. So essentially, we're talking about a bill here. A bill, a declaration in writing. Somebody put a declaration in writing the same way you put a declaration in writing when you declare your nationality. So someone put a declaration in writing, a statute. Who put the declaration in writing. So that means a statute is not a law of the people. It's a statute is a law made by an individual who gets passed. Then it becomes an act. All right? Now, foreign governments otherwise eligible to sue in the United States courts are persons entitled to institute a suit for treble damages for alleged antitrust violations under the Clayton Act, 15 U.S.C. subsection 12. Illegitimate children are persons within the meaning of the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Illegitimate children. What's illegitimate? Illegitimate. Born out of wedlock, a bastard. Misbegotten, of illicit union, unlawfully begotten, unnatural. How can something that happens naturally be unnatural? But anyway. So essentially, babies born out of wedlock, meaning if you ain't get married by the state's permission, then your children are considered illegitimate. And they're considered illegitimate because the state can't enslave them. Alright? Right here, illegitimate children are persons within the meaning of the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. Illegitimate children. So anyone who says your child is illegitimate, just know that they're your child, the 14th Amendment citizen. Alright? So there is no child in the world who is illegitimate. Unless he's just stupid. So we shouldn't be casting that spell no more. Now that we know what the word means. We should not be casting that spell no more. There are no illegitimate children on this planet. The child that comes here on this planet must be here. Right now. Don't you put that curse in. Don't you put them into 14th Amendment citizenship. Just because you ain't awake, I'm in his sleep. I'm gonna repeat that again. Just because you are asleep as the mother and father, do not think that that child coming in ain't awake. Because I promise you they are. I promise you they are. Right? And then we get into a whole spiel now. Check this out. Person. Noun. Autonomous being. Being. Caput. Chap. Character. Fellow. Homo. Human. Human being. Individual. Living being. Living soul. Member of the human race. Mortal. Mortal body. Mortalis. Party. Associated concepts. Associated concepts. So you gotta understand what words are associated with certain words. Associated means affiliated in an adjective fashion. It means affiliated, agnate, akin, allied, close allied, closely related, coactive, coadjunct, concerted, confederated, conjoint, conjunct, connect, connected, cooperate, cooperative, coupled, co-working, federate, federated, incorporated, inoculated, interrallied, leagued. That's dealing with treaties right here. Leagued, linked, related, synergetic, united. All right. So now you have to know that when you say this word person, there are other terms that are united with it, that are associated with it. You may not be necessarily aware of. You may in context, someone trying to free a being. Or a corporation treated as having the rights and obligations of a person. Counties and cities can be treated as a person in the same manner as a corporation. However, corporations, counties, and cities cannot have the emotions of humans, such as malice, and therefore are liable for punitive damage. So you know right here that they're always assuming that you are a corporation when you're talking about persons. They're not going to assume you're a human being. They assume you're the latter. You're a corporation treated as having the rights and obligations of a person. You're treated like it, but you're not it. You're not it. Okay? You're not it. Let's keep going on. The person. Object of legal rights. The object of legal rights. There are two kinds of legal person. Human beings and artificial persons such as corporations. I'm going to repeat that again. There are two kinds of legal person. Human beings and artificial persons such as corporations. A partner in England is not a separate legal person, but in Scotland it is said to have quasi-personality. Let's go right here. Person. The word is applied to men, women, and children who are called natural persons. You see that? This word is applied to men, women, and children who are called natural persons. In law, man and person are not exactly synonymous terms. I will repeat again. In law, man and person are not exactly synonymous terms. Meaning when you're dealing with law, man and person don't mean the same thing. They don't. They don't mean the same thing. When you talk about regular life amongst your family, friends, person, this, person, that, it's cool. But when it comes to law, they don't mean the same thing. When it comes to law, when someone says person, they're not talking about you as a man. They're not talking about you as a woman, and they're not talking about you as a child. They're talking about you as a 14th Amendment citizen, a thing, an object, not a living brain, a living, breathing being. Okay? Any human being is a man, whether he be a member of society or not. Whatever may be the rank he holds, or whatever may be age, sex, etc., a person is a man considered according to the rank he holds in society, with all the rights to which the place he holds entitles him, and the duties which it imposes. A person is a man considered according to the rank he holds in society. Okay? Considered. Let's see. Okay. Trying to get the definition for this term here. Just bear with me for a second, y'all. I want to go into what considered means. Considered means deliberate, intentional, judicious, meticulous, prospective, solid, sound, tactical. So now, when we come back here, person is a man considered, right? Meaning considered, meaning his status is intentional according to the rank he holds in society. Meaning, what does he like to do? What does he do of his own free will? What does he do intentionally? person is a man considered according to the rank he holds in society, with all the rights to which the place he holds entitles him and the duties which it imposes. Okay? This is the reference point for that. It is also used to denote a corporation, which is an artificial person. B1 com, you know what I'm saying? These are the court references right here. 3. But when the word persons is spoken of in legislative acts, aka bills, natural persons will be intended unless something appear in the context to show that it applies to artificial persons. Now, natural persons are divided into males or men and females or women. Men are capable of all kinds of engagements and functions unless by reasons applying to particular individuals. Women cannot be appointed to any public office nor perform any civil functions except those which the law specifically declares them capable of exercising. They are also sometimes divided into free persons and slaves. They are also sometimes divided into free persons and slaves. Free men are those who have preserved their natural liberty, that is to say, who have the right of doing what is not forbidden by the law. A slave is one who is in the power of a master to whom he belongs. Slaves are sometimes ranked not with persons, but things. But sometimes they are considered as persons. For example, a Negro is in contemplation of law a person, so as to be capable of committing a riot in conjunction with white men. Did you comprehend that? Slaves are sometimes ranked not with persons, but things. But sometimes they are considered, meaning sometimes they are intentionally, deliberately, purposefully made as persons. That's what considered means. It means intentionally, deliberately, premeditated. But sometimes people premeditatedly call us persons. All right? For example, a Negro is in contemplation of law a person. And a person is a corporation, trust, partnership, firm, law, labor organization. Okay? Persons are also divided into citizens and aliens when viewed with regard to their political rights. Persons are also divided into citizens and aliens when viewed with regard to their political rights. When they are considered in relation to their civil rights, they are living or civilly dead. Let's repeat that one more time. Persons are also divided into citizens and aliens when viewed with regard to their political rights. When they are considered in relation to their civil rights, they are living or civilly dead. They are living or civilly dead. We all know what dead means, and we all know what living is. What civil? What does civil mean? Because this says civilly dead. Of relating to or benefiting a citizen or citizens. Of or relating to citizens and their interrelations with one another or with the state. Of ordinary citizens or ordinary community life as distinguished from the military or the ecclesiastical. Okay? Sufficiently observing or benefiting accepted social usages. Being in accordance with or denoting legally recognized divisions of time. And number 6 for law. Relating to the rights of private individuals and legal proceedings concerning these rights as distinguished from criminal, military, or international regulations or proceedings. So this was a big for me. Civil meaning of ordinary citizens or ordinary community life as distinguished from the military or the ecclesiastical life. Okay? That's nuts. I didn't mean to go into that. So now that we have an understanding what civil means, hold on, fam. Hello? What's up? I'm doing a live stream right now. What's up? Yeah? How long you gonna do? Okay. Okay, man. Bye. All right. So, we're gonna come back here, man. This is called the basics. We just getting the basics down pat, right? So now all the time when they say persons, they talking about human beings, all right? And when it comes to law, they don't mean the same thing. Don't mean the same thing, y'all. What was the other word I was looking at? This is what we found. Persons are also divided into citizens. Right? In relation to their civil rights, they are living or civilly dead. Vice, civil death, outlaws, and innocent persons. Persons are divided into legitimates and bastards, examined as to their rights by birth. So they're breaking it down for you exactly how persons are viewed, black or white. Either you're legitimate or you're a bastard. When viewed in their domestic relations, they are divided into parents and children, husbands and wives, guardians and wards, and masters and servants, and masters and servants' sons, as it is understood in law. This is what it means to be a person when you're dealing with law. We're talking about law here. Okay? Else. We're talking about law here, and this is coming from right Bouvier's dictionary. All right, published in the 1850s. Okay, so let's get a very clear understanding of how they view persons in different contexts of situations. So if you're talking about being born, you're either viewed as a legitimate or a bastard. Not you, the living being, but the person. Because we're talking about law right now. So when you're talking about law, you ain't talking about human beings, you're talking about persons. Okay? When it comes to citizenship, a person is either a citizen or an alien. So we know when it comes to childbirth, a person is either a legitimate or a bastard. When it comes to citizenship, they're either a citizen or an alien, right? Dealing with the political rights of the person. When it comes to domestic relations, they are viewed as parents and children, husband and wives, guardians and wards, masters and servants. These are the two hats persons wear. So what it's showing is that there's nothing wrong with having a person or being in possession of one. The problem is, which hat are you wearing? Are you even aware there's more than one hat? Hell, do you even know what a hat is? AKA person. Do you even know what a person is? Are you in possession of a person? If you are, then you need to understand, is your person a citizen or an alien? Is your person a legitimate or a bastard? Is your person a slave or a freeman? You understand? Basics. Basics, basics, basics. We can't go past the basics, y'all. We can't go past the basics. And these are the basics. And this is what I want to stick with for now. Okay? So consider this the first podcast in reference to word building. All right, I think we got a lot of good first steps down pack in terms of understanding what words mean in what context. So we understand when it comes to law, words don't mean the same, especially the term person. When it comes to law, you got to be specific. Either you talking about living or you talking about civilly dead. Civil little mortus. Okay? And with that being said, fam,